This is called the flintlock because this part of the gun right here is called the lock. And it has a piece of flint in it, and that flint is a piece of rock. And that rock is hard enough and sharp enough that it actually cuts some of this metal off when it hits it. But when you cut metal, it makes a lot of heat and it comes off in a shower of sparks. So in order to shoot one of these guns, what you would do, you would take a powder measure and you would pour some of the gunpowder from your powder horn into the powder measure. Then you take that and pour that down the barrel of the gun. That way you know how much gunpowder is in there. Then you could take a lead ball, a round lead bullet, wrap that in a piece of cloth that's been lubricated with some grease. Take that and put it over the top of the barrel and start it with your thumb, pushing down on that. Then you take the ramrod out and you push everything down into the bottom and make sure that it's all good and tight down in the bottom. It's called a muzzle loader because this is the muzzle of the gun and you load it from the front of it. Then when you get done doing that, you would take some priming powder, which is very fine gunpowder. It's very, very fine as opposed to the gunpowder that you would have in the powder horn for your main charge. This is much bigger grain.
That is a much larger grain powder.
You would take that. You put some of the priming powder in this pan right here, this little depression. And you see there's a hole that goes right through? That goes into where you just poured that gunpowder down the barrel. So when you're ready to shoot it, after you put the gunpowder in here, you close the frizzen down on top of it. When you pull this back, the spring makes it come forward real fast. It hits the frizzen, shaves some of that off in the form of sparks, and when it does, those sparks land down in this little pan, light that gunpowder. Some of that fire goes through that hole in the barrel, lights the gunpowder in the barrel, and pushes the bullet out the end. But if you have a good sharp flint and a good hard frizzen, and your gunpowder is good and dry, when you pull that trigger, the gun goes boom. It happens like that.